Everyone knows the royal family, symbol of wealth and Englishness all around the globe. But what do you really know about the British system? Buckle up, because we are going to dive into this giant mess. So first, who is in charge of all of this? We all know that the UK is a monarchy. What that means is that unlike in the US, where there is a president who is the head of government, head of state, chief executive and commander-in-chief, in the UK all those powers are divided into people. The monarch, who is the head of state and the commander-in-chief, and the prime minister, who is at the head of the government and the chief executive. Now let's go more into depth. The Queen. As I said earlier, she's the head of state. But what is the head of state? To sum up, the difference is that she's the leader of the people and not the government. So what's her power, you may ask? The whole government serves in Her Majesty's name and by her permission. She appoints all ambassadors to other countries. Fun fact, ambassadors of the UK are not called ambassador, but Her Majesty ambassador to the United States of America. But they still serve the same purpose. The Queen is also commander-in-chief of the army. That's why all UK soldiers swore allegiance to the crown. But still, in practice, it is still the Ministry of Defense which runs the day-to-day operation. The Crown is also the head of states of many Commonwealth nations, like Canada, Australia, New Zealand. She has veto access on all acts of parliament. The Crown has not used his veto power in 300 years, but still, it is there. The role of the Queen and her family is also to be a model for the country and for the whole world. And it works, because the Queen has a 72% approval rate. Her family is a source of tourism and advertisement for the country. Thus, many merchandise and series such as The Crown are created. The royal family is very important for British people. Their weddings are watched by hundreds of thousands of English speakers each time. Some people even feel that they are even part of their own family. That's why the Brexit was so devastating for the whole royal family, even more in an era where the citizens needed support because of Brexit. That I will get to later. The fact that Meghan and Harry left the royal family to go to Canada was unacceptable for citizens and was seen as a betrayal for most of the people. Now, the Prime Minister. As I said, the Prime Minister is head of government and chief executive. He is the leader of the government and does the day-to-day job of running the country. He has the powers to choose the cabinet. The what now, I hear you say? The cabinet. It is a group of politicians composed of Foreign Secretary, Defense Secretary, and 20 others with various roles. Think of them as ministers in France if you want. But how is the MP chosen? In order to answer, you have to know 2 or 3 things. In the UK, there is 2 houses of parliament. The House of Lords and the House of Commons. The House of Lords is the upper house, composed of 800 appointees by the Queen. Prior to 2012, they were not elected by the citizen. It is commonly named the House of Lords, but its real name is... Prepare yourself. The Right Honourable the Lord Spiritual and Temporal of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in Parliaments assembled. Bless you. There is multiple types of lord. There is Earl, Viscount, Bishop, Baroness. Everything goes through them before they go through the Queen, but yet they are not elected by the people. That's why some say that the British system does not represent well the citizen. The House of Commons. It is the lower house. They, unlike the House of Lords, are elected by citizens. It is kinda like the French Parliament. It's them who choose the Prime Minister. How? Before answering that, let's see how the MP are elected. There is 650 constituencies in the UK. Each MP represents one constituency, because in fact citizens don't vote for Prime Minister but for parties. The vote is a simple majority, so that means that the party can be in majority of 24% because it is still the higher percentage of party. That's why people say that the British are not well represented, because in that case 76% of the people who voted are unhappy and feel unrepresented. The winning party in each constituency assign an MP for the constituency. There are 2 main parties in the UK, the Conservative and the Labour. But in the last election, up to 9 parties were elected. Like in the US, the first past the post system is used. The first party to have more than half the seats in the House of Commons can choose the Prime Minister. MPs used to be white, straight men, but in the past few years there has been improvement in representation of minorities. Now, 1 in 10 MPs are from minority background. More and more young people are coming to the politics due to Brexit. It was a leap in the dark for everyone and was mostly forced by Boris Johnson. For politicians, it is a return to tradition and escape from the big Europe.